Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to my comic book journey podcast. I'm your host, KNDY. And for today's topic, we are going to talk about The Savage Dragon, issue number 3 from August 1993. And the creator, writer, artist, inker is Erik Larsen. Letterer, Chris Eliopoulos. Colorist was Steve Oliff, Reuben, Sean Mika. And editor was Jannie, Wong. So let's go ahead and start and discuss. Let's look at this cover real quick. Pretty interesting cover with some big claw enemy going after Savage Dragon. But it's actually not the case. So when I last left off with issue number 2, that was when he was teaming up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was a collaboration between Image, Savage Dragon that is, and Mirage with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they appeared on each other's books. But on the reverse end of that book, you had slight introductions to Dart and I believe, was it Shadow? I keep on forgetting it. I know I mentioned it last time, and the other person was Mighty Man. So they were briefly featured in the issue. Let me go back here just to make sure. Just to make sure his name is Star. Why do I keep on calling him Shadow? Star. Looks like a shadow. Someone that would be named Shadow, but no, that's Star. Kind of reminds you of like Captain America name. But anyway, so the Savage Dragon's out, and they get a major emergency call, and Dart comes out to go get some thugs, right? But what she doesn't expect is that she is going to be ambushed by. Well, she pretty much went under the attack against some super villains, and needless to say, she bit off more than she can chew, because these super villains, she's outnumbered, and out comes Star, and both Dart and Star start to fight against these super villains. But again, they're still outnumbered. And what you start to see is, even though Dart was able to, even though she's well known for her fighting and her weapons, the thing is they're overmatched. And you see her being really beaten, and her chunk of her arm was definitely shot off. And this is, this is one of the interesting things about the early 90s, to see something this violent, especially committed towards a woman. You don't see that back then. You don't really see you see comics violence made upon other men, but in terms of women, this is the first time you see a superheroine almost get her arm blown off, and you see a big old chunk of her arm, and it's just messed up. But yeah, pretty much we do get an appearance by Mighty Man, and pretty much you also get to see Savage Dragon return to meet with the other, to meet with Dart, and all she could do is just blame him for, why weren't you there? But I think the most interesting part of this comic book is that it starts to delve into the other characters, such as Star, especially Mighty Man, because there's not much more known about it. In fact, Dart tries to tell Savage Dragon that they were saved by Mighty Man, and he just thinks it's funny. He doesn't believe such a person exists. But we don't know too much about Mighty Man. We don't know too much about anybody really right now. We just know about Dart joining the police division and her being rescued by Star and a Mighty Man. But again, there's just only so much they can do. The supervillains are really taking Chicago by its throat and just really ruling it. Savage Dragon and the police force, they try to stand in its way, but right now there's some corruption going on with the police department, and there's no doubt that Dragon's trying to look what the hell's going on right now. But they definitely need more superheroes to go against the supervillains because they're outnumbered. There's only so much Savage Dragon can do, especially when he has to go to other different locations. And this is where he alludes that he was with the Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time, and he tries to explain the Dart, and then she tries to explain, how Mighty Man, and it's just he doesn't believe her at all. But it's an interesting issue because this is leading up to issue number 4, and issue number 4 is actually quite special. I don't want to get into it now, but it leads to a new super team and a new comic book that was inspired by these. By the next issue. So I don't want to say much. I don't want to say much about this issue, but just to say that the reason why issue 2 was featuring Dart, Star, and the Mighty Man is because they appear in this issue, and number 2 was pretty much an introduction for them, and now you get to see them fight in issue 3. Again, quite bloody, violent, and definitely it's nothing now. When you look at it in today's comics, it's really nothing, but back then it was a bit of a shock because you don't really see superheroines really getting hurt so badly, especially when a big chunk of their arm nearly gets blown off. And I thought that was very interesting. You do get a Savage Dragon fight, and it's the one what you see on the cover, but again, I don't want to spoil too much about this. There's more to it, but yeah, there's a lot of action, definitely a lot of action. Wait, did I say that this cover is not exactly what it seems? It's actually what it seems. What you see is what you're going to get, because it leads to the Savage Dragon storyline. But the thing is I guess if they did put Dart, Mighty Man, and Star on it, people probably were like, who are they? Why are they on the cover? But yeah, it's a very interesting issue. You got to read it. It's a lot of action, but if anything, it was just the mere thought of, oh wow, I know where this is leading to. Again, I'm reading these comics over again. Some I've never read at all, some I did, but it's been way long since I've read this one, since 1993 actually. So, but yeah, really cool issue, and that's about it. I'll talk to you later. Okay, everyone, take care. Bye bye. Wink, wink, and later, everyone. Bye bye.